Hello everybody, I'm back, and the world's most curious person is back. I've been off, doing operas, and, well, not operas, but the opera, and I have midterms, but now spring break is almost here, so I am ready to get these questions answered. So, first, I want to start out, just like I kind of prefaced my science blog, I'm going to preface this one with medical things. I am definitely not a doctor. I praise those who are smart enough, number one, and number two, can be around blood. Because, I am sadly and embarrassingly one of those people that I can't take blood. I don't know what happened. I turned 20 and all of a sudden, I don't want any part of it at all. So anyway, one of my questions, my first question is related to a medical issue. Have you ever been sitting in the car or in class or wherever watching TV at home, and all of a sudden, behind your eye or in one spot in your head, just gotten this firestorm of a headache, and it's just all right behind your eye or over here? I mean, I'm probably explaining something like, Virginia, you have a tumor. That's what you have. But do you ever get those? I don't know. I feel I call them an aneurysm. I don't really know why. That's just what I think of. I'm not trying to make light of an aneurysm. What is it? Why would you have such an intensely painful headache in one spot of your brain for seconds, and then it's gone? But in that moment, you are just you're floored. You are completely incapacitated. You're just all, until you can regain yourself. Okay, so that's one thing. My second question has nothing to do with medical issues, but it's a little bit scientific. I know, as everyone knows, that when it's cold, the leaves drop from the tree, and the tree's bare over the winter, and spring returns, and the leaves come back and replace the leaves that had fallen in the fall. But what I want to know is, what's up with grass? Because grass will be luscious and green all summer, but then when it turns into fall and winter, it turns into these rigid brown, sharp daggers of dead doom. You know, and it's something where don't even go out there without shoes on. I mean, you shouldn't be out in the winter without shoes, but I mean, hello, I grew up in Lubbock, so in December it's 72 degrees. And you're just too lazy to put your shoes on to check the mail, so you're I'm just gonna run out there real quick. And then you come back and your foot is lacerated because of the grass. Okay, so if it gets so brown and it doesn't go anywhere, it is so strong that it can cut you. How does green grass return in the spring? Does it just overtake the brown grass? Because it seems pretty darn strong to me. Or does that grass, because you water it, does it make the brown grass soft and then the green grass is get out of the way? Do you know? Because it doesn't fall anywhere. And then it doesn't just blow away in the wind. It's just there, holding its ground all winter, only to be overtaken by green grass. So that's something I wondered about. My other question has to do with, I was watching a show about Adolf Hitler the other day. Because I'm always into these shows about the Nazis and the whatnot. It's fascinating. Who isn't fascinated by that? There was some show about the Third Reich and UFOs or something, which was two of my favorite things. Because I can't pass up a UFO show. And then I can't pass up a Nazi show. And then they put them together. And I was just oh, I'm not going anywhere for an hour. I'm right here. So I was watching it. And I noticed in the black and white footage of Hitler himself, he's, walking through a plaza. And everyone's lined up. And I noticed that they all do, the traditional Heil Hitler. With their hand, very straight in the air. But I noticed he gave this little sassy old, over his shoulder one. Just all like he should have been winking as he did it or something. I was just you would think, him being the whole leader of the Third Reich, he would be, really setting a good example. But I guess it's because he was, the dictator, that he could just do this little bend and snap move. What was up with that? I'm sure that if someone else tried to give him that little sassy move, he would have, because he wasn't afraid of that, you know what I mean? He would have gassed your ass. I'm not trying to make please don't think that, you know me, My sense of humor, it's not good. Okay, just don't judge me. But I am just saying, like, why this little pansy thing? Okay, so then my other question is about owls. And I was thinking about the little owl. It might be is it the great horned owl? Is that his name? Correct me if I'm wrong. He's the one that has the little thingies where they look up like Batman, like the Batman, like, helmet thing. Are those his ears? That's what I want to know. Just, are those his ears? Or do those have anything to do with his hearing? Because they, like, kind of twitch and they flow and they flutter in the wind because they're like little feathers on top. Like, what is up with that? I think that might be all. Oh, no. What I want to know is about the word salmon, as in the fish, or in the color. Why do we say salmon, and why do we leave the L out of salmon? Which I'm happy, because when I hear people say salmon, I'm just like, ugh. Just like one of those words that makes you cringe. I don't know why. Just give me some salmon. Ugh. I can't take it. And that also makes me, just now I think about caramel and caramel. Like, I prefer to hear caramel. When people say caramel, I'm just like, oh, get off it. Just, like, go back to wherever you're from. You know what I mean? Like, quit with the caramel. Nobody says caramel. It's caramel. But then, who came up with caramel? Because there is another A in there, so technically they're right if they say caramel. It's just too much for me. But, you know, I'm also one of these people from Texas, and I don't say shower or towel. I say shower, towel. Done and done. So caramel is probably something that we can chalk up to the Texans. Because we're good at dropping syllables. Anyways, I think that's about it. I hope that wasn't too long and boring. Just let me know what you think. And have a great spring break if I don't see you. I'm thinking about maybe filming on location somewhere if I get brave enough to talk to myself in public, which I am brave enough to do, because I don't care. But anyways, give you the old Hitler sign-off, and talk to you later. Bye. I'm not a Nazi. Please, I'm not a Nazi. I'm just making fun of his arm. Okay, I just wanted to be like, before I got onto TMZ and they're like, Virginia Slater's a Nazi. I'm not a Nazi. Okay, bye.